All right, let's talk about one of the most debated, most polarizing stocks in the entire tech world, Palantir Technologies. Seriously, this is a company that people get really passionate about. And right now, that fire is burning hotter than ever.
So why all the buzz right now? Well, it really boils down to one big number.
Yep, there it is. In just the last month, the stock shot up 12%, mostly thanks to a really impressive earnings report. Now, that's a big move for any company, but for a name as closely watched as Palantir, a surge like that makes everyone snap to attention. And that right there is the big question for anyone watching, isn't it? When you see a rally like this, what do you do? Do you jump on the bandwagon and hope it keeps climbing? If you're already in, do you just hold on for the ride? Or do you cash in your profits and get out just in case it's a bubble? To figure that out, we really need to get what this company is all about. See, to understand the stock, you've got to understand the story. And Palantir's story is pretty unique. It's like a mix of Silicon Valley swagger and a little bit of Lord of the Rings. You heard that right. The name comes from the Palantiri in Lord of the Rings, those magical stones that let you see things happening far, far away. And honestly, that's a perfect description of their mission. They build software that lets huge organizations dig through these massive, chaotic piles of data to find the hidden patterns, the truths that nobody else can see. And man, what a journey it's been. It all started back in 2003. For years, Palantir was this secretive, super powerful tool for places like the CIA, using their Gotham platform. Then they jumped into the corporate world with a platform called Foundry, helping regular businesses make sense of their own data. And then in 2020, they finally went public, and that's what kicked off the wild roller coaster investors are still on today. Okay, so let's get to the million-dollar question. What exactly is fueling this 12% fire? It's not just one thing. It's more like a perfect storm of three key drivers. And here you have it, the three big reasons. First, they're just making money. Plain and simple. Second, there's this massive wave of excitement around AI. And third, they've still got that super steady core business with government contracts. Let's break down those first two, because they're huge. First up, the fundamentals. Palantir's latest earnings report was fantastic. Revenue jumped 21% to over $630 million. But here's the real kicker. This was their sixth straight quarter of actual, real GAAP profitability. For a company that used to just burn through cash, being consistently profitable is a massive deal. It shows a whole new level of maturity. And second, you guessed it, the AI hype. It's absolutely real, and Palantir is in the perfect spot to catch that wave. This analogy just nails it. Think of AI as the new gold rush. Everyone's scrambling to find gold. Palantir isn't one of the miners. No, they're selling the high-tech shovels. They provide the tools every company needs to dig into their data and find that AI gold. And that story is incredibly powerful for investors right now. Okay, so all this good news has thrown gasoline on an already raging fire. The debate between the optimists, the bulls, and the pessimists, the bears. So let's step into the ring and really look at both sides of the fight. The biggest, loudest argument you'll hear from the bears, it all comes down to one word: valuation. The stock is just expensive. Its price-to-sales ratio is sitting around 15, which is more than double the average for a tech company. So to put it another way, if the average tech stock is like a $7 loaf of bread, you're paying $15 for the Palantir loaf. You're basically betting it's going to be the best darn bread you've ever tasted. And that pricey loaf of bread is really at the heart of this whole debate, right? The bulls, they see this incredible, massive opportunity. They think Palantir could be a leader in the trillion-dollar AI market, that its commercial business is about to explode, and that, global chaos will keep governments coming back for more. But the bears, they're pumping the brakes, pointing to that sky-high valuation, all the ethical debates around its work, and the fact that it's competing against giants like Microsoft and Google. Now, if we dig into the financials a bit more, you see this exact same push and pull. On one side, you've got a fortress of a balance sheet. We're talking over $3 billion in cash, hardly any debt, and positive cash flow. That's fantastic. But, and this is a big but for a lot of investors, they use a lot of stock-based compensation. That means they're constantly creating new shares, which waters down the value for everyone who already owns a piece of the company. It's a classic tech growth dilemma. So, with all of this information swirling around, strong growth but a high price, huge potential but also some serious risks, how in the world do you play this? Let's walk through a few different ways to think about it. All right, let's say you're in it for the long haul.
You really buy into Palantir's vision of becoming the essential data platform for the next decade. If that's you, then buying or holding makes sense. Today's high price doesn't matter as much if you think it'll be worth way more in 5 or 10 years. You could even use a strategy like dollar cost averaging, just investing a set amount every month to smooth out some of that wild price movement. Okay, now what if you're a momentum trader? You play the short game. Well, that 12% jump might actually be a bit of a red flag for you. Technically, the stock might be overbought, which just means a little pullback could be coming soon. So this might be the perfect time to lock in some profits, or maybe just wait on the sidelines for a better price to jump in. And finally, what if you're just a cautious investor? You like to sleep well at night. Look, Palantir might just be too spicy for your portfolio. You've got extreme volatility, a premium price tag, and all the headlines about its controversial work. It's a high-risk play, and there are plenty of other, probably safer ways to invest in tech. You know, at the end of the day, there's no single right answer here. Investing in Palantir isn't just about the numbers. It's a bet on a very specific vision of the future. It's a complex, high-stakes game of chess where every bit of news can change the entire board. So we've laid it all out for you. The only question left is, what's your move?